Okay, so I want to go in here and I had a thought on, and you can sort of see on the screen here, the way this is currently being laid out here. We have requests, we have targeting, we're in the HTMX section of HypeCP, but it's been a while since I've worked on this, and the holiday season has been a bit crazy with everything. But I was thinking that this is not quite the way. This is very technical. It feels like a manual, and that's not really what I want for HypeCP. I want it to feel more like a resource. Something that is just more useful. Necessarily, this is not these, for instance, put. This gets top billing. We got requests. We got put. How often are you going to use put? Maybe not that often. So it makes sense that it would be categorized under requests, but it doesn't necessarily make sense to have this get such top billing here. So what I was thinking was we're going to have a new section, and we're going to call it Essentials. So I'm just going to bring this back to a little smaller here. Okay, so the idea for Essentials is, let's see if I can open this up here. Let's get some space on the screen here. Okay, sidebar. Yeah, this is the right place. So the idea for Essentials is really with HTMX, you can do so much with just, the essentials. Let's just copy this here. We'll call it Essentials, HTMX Essentials. We're going to spell it correctly, even though I've done it incorrectly a few times here. Okay, so this should go to, what is this? HTMX requests. Okay, so if you click it, where is this going? I kind of wasn't paying attention to what this used to be. Oh, okay, used to be attributes. That's the ID, but this is going to requests. So this needs to be going to, oh, okay. I have this wrong. I'm copying the wrong thing. See, it's been a little while since I've done this. We are not putting this here. Attributes is the whole thing on the left. So we are moving this, and this is going to go to Essentials. We're going to delete this. Okay. We're back in business. So we have another one of these. We're going to close that, and we're going to start adding our links. So, what are the essentials? Well, hxget is going to be an essential. So, do we want to have two hxgets? Because we're going to have it in requests too. This is where it starts to get tricky. Okay. So, let's punt on that for now. Okay, no, we'll punt on it, but we will also just comment it out from the other side. Okay. So first of all, let's bring back our hypermedia reload here. Hypermedia hot reload. So that stuff updates as we update it. Let's hide our side thing and get back. Let's take a look at our sidebar here. Okay. So what should we expect to see? Essentials, hxget. What are we missing here for some spacing? Looks like some of these other ones had some spacing, right? Oh, okay. We started doing MT4 here. So let's bring back some MT4 right there. Okay. Essentials, hxget. That is the first essential. The next essential is hxtarget. Okay. Save that. The next essential is hxswap. So, we're making an AJAX request. We're getting content. We're deciding on where the target is. and we're deciding how we swap it into that target. And what is our last essential here? We want to target, swap. Is it just those three for now? Okay. Let's just do those three for now, I think. I feel like I'm missing something here, so I'm going to go through and I'm going to take a look at all of our... oops, we're already here. Okay, I'm going to go through, I'm going to take a look at htmx.org, because I'm just, like I said, it's been a while since I've worked on this site. So I do need to figure out what our attributes are that I'm missing, because I feel like I'm missing, oh, trigger, of course. Okay, so, you know, by default, it's going to be a click, but we need trigger in here. Okay, so let's do get trigger. Okay. Essentials. All right, how's that look? We'll just wait for it to, okay. We got hx get, hx trigger, hx target, hx swap. This, I really want to drive home that this is all you need most of the time, because that's really most of the time all you need. So, you know, libraries can be extensive and very good, but it doesn't mean you need to use all of them, is kind of my big concept here, the big switch in my brain of what I'm thinking here for this, you know, setup. So I want to kind of explain that with the essentials so that if people just want to go here, they're going to be able to do a lot of stuff. Okay, so how do we start implementing this? Let's first just click and it goes to hxget. Okay, so hxget was already our first item here on the list. So let us just continue what's there, but I think it's time to start doing some writing, you know, for this site. Like, one thing that's annoyed me about it in the last few weeks when I haven't really been able to work on it is that it feels extremely incomplete. Like, what I like to do generally is to, you know, there may not be much there, but at least what's there is done. That's not what this site has looked like. So it's kind of annoyed me a little bit to have it in this state. So I think it's worth writing a little bit about what the site is and, you know, things like that. So let me go over here and open up our main page. That's going to bring us to right here. Okay. So let's start by, instead of just going straight into requests, because we know this is now essentials. First of all, okay, so instead of just having this, let's just call it HTMX essentials, because we are just like as a reminder here, and I'll probably do that over here too. Okay, and now we need to say something about that, right? So how do we handle these kind of notes? Div class equals and div here. Okay, so let's give this a BG of gray 100 and a P of 8 and a rounded. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so we're going a little bit HTMX essentials. How is this going to work here? Let's get rid of our, maybe we don't need our border B8 here. And then we can start. Okay. These are the 4 primary attributes you will need to do 80% of your work. More like 99% of your work on your HTMX sites. Okay, let's see how that looks. Okay. There are 4 primary attributes that you will need to do. They are HXGet. Okay, actually let's make this a list here. An ordered list. Actually, that can still be bold. Okay, HXGet. This creates a simple get AJAX request to the URL you specify. Let's see how this is looking. Okay, so we have this ordered list. I think, Tailwind has taken away some of our built-in HTML styling here. Let's see if that fixes it. No, I'm going to need to look that up. Tailwind, ordered, list style type, list decimal, there we go. Okay. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, now we need a little bit of margin left. I think we need maybe a margin, just a general margin around the whole thing too. Maybe we don't even need this left. We have to go farther out. Okay, how are we looking here? Let's do that. Let's keep that there. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Okay, and what did we decide it was again? Triggers next. Target and swap. Okay, let's just see how those look. We got to change the language here, but so far so good. HX trigger. This decides how you will trigger the AJAX request in HXGet. And we will italicize HXGet, I guess, so that we don't give it too much importance, but we still recognize it. Okay. This decides how you will trigger the AJAX request. Okay, HX target. This decides where you will place the HTML in the response of the HXGet. In the response of the in the returned HTML from the HXGet. Where you will place, and I'm going to get extra words here. Where you will place the returned HTML from the HXGet. Okay. HXGet, HX trigger, HX targets, and HX swap. This decides how you will swap the HTML into the DOM. Okay, there are 4 primary attributes that you'll need to do 80%, more like 99% of your work on your HTMX sites. They are hxget, this creates a simple get AJAX request to the URL you specify. hxtrigger, this decides how to trigger the AJAX request in your hxget. hxtarget, this decides where you will place the returned HTML from the hxget. Okay, that's good. Where in the DOM you will place the returned HTML. hxswap, this decides how, and let's italicize that, how you will swap the HTML into the DOM. Okay. So do we now say this is like essential one hxget? Maybe we do. So that later we can still have hxget separately over here in its normal requests place. I think I like that. Let's go back and make that change. Okay. HTMX essentials. 1, hxget, 2, hxtrigger, 3, hxtarget, 4, hxswap. Okay, so this is like, you know, separating this out into kind of its own, you know, now we have these two. So everything is saying like 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think that is useful because we're trying to give, you know, this whole site, this HypeCP, we're trying to give that nice roadmap. Like there's so many things to look at when you get to a site. And this is your essentials. This is your guide. So I think I like where this is going. Okay. And I think we need like a logo here. Right? Or just some text. Let's just do it as text for now. It sounds kind of fun. What do I have here? I have what is this? Images, logo. Do I already have something here? I'm just like not loading anything. What is this? Let's find out. Sidebar. Okay, so where is that? Public images. That's funny. It's not doing a broken link or anything like that. Okay, but we will ignore that for now, and we'll just. Oh, I see. There is no image. There used to be an image. We got rid of it. Now it's just source, and this doesn't mean anything. Okay, so let's inside this put our name of our site at least. HypeCP. Oh yeah, we need to expand this just to see it. Okay. That looks pretty good, but I think we can do better. I think, first of all, CP. That's not supposed to be capital because it's not. So HypeCP. Okay, let's see if we can center this. So how do we do that with Tailwind again? This doesn't work, does it? Was it like align center? Text center. It's like a big joke. How do you center stuff in HTML? And I legitimately forget all the time. So, okay. How do we do it? I think let's wrap this, I guess. And then we can like, then we can do, items center, and we do like a flex. Does that work? Yes and no. This one we can do like MX Auto. I bet there's a way to do this without MX Auto, but I think this should work. Okay, good. Now, how do we do this? What do we want to do here? Let's give this a transform and a rotate. Let's try 45 just to make sure it's actually working here. Okay. We don't want that. Let's do -12. This is just for fun too, so we're not thinking this is going to be our final thing. We want to make the text. What do we got here? Well, we got this kind of like blue color going. Let's do like a blue 400. And then let's make it text black. And let's make it, oh, that's font black, not text black. Font black. And what size? Text 4XL. I mean, this is like not looking that good, so as a possibility, I'm just going to abandon this whole thing here. But let's see, HypeCP. Okay, and then we can even do a span on this one. Class equals. What's this? Maybe text gray 400. No, that's not good. Gray 900. What do we want here? It's getting closer. This is just a placeholder, so I'm not worried too much about it, but I just want it to like look like intentional a little bit. Okay. Let's go. Do we have like 9XL in here? Just like fill that space. Not that big. That's too big. Okay. That's kind of fun, maybe. For now. Let's see if we make this. No, this is good for now. HypeCP. Okay. Now let's get back to our writing here. And first of all, HTMX essentials. Maybe even before that, like up here, we need you to be able to, this is HypeCP, this is a copy and paste site. We need you to be able to copy the HTMX, right? What happens if, can I do an HTMX example here and just have no title? So what are my slots? I have a slot for code, right? Attributes code, yeah, and I just want the code. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if I set this up to like just ignore everything here. So we need to have this end HTMX example. Okay, and save. Okay, title is not defined. Yeah, okay, so this is not going to work. That's fine. That is fine. That's meant for examples. That's why I created it, and that's what it's for, and so it's okay that it doesn't work the way I'm trying to use it now, which is not as an example. But what I will do is I will copy and paste our existing code here. So all this stuff here. Is that what I need? Large flex. Let's just go all the way to here. Since I'm not entirely sure what some of this stuff is, we'll just try it out. Okay, and we'll go back to our main. we'll save that. Now, but code's not going to be there, so that's fine. Let's get the new error. Okay, but we need to put our actual code here. And what is our code? Well, our code is, we need to go back home here. Okay, where is our, there we go, via a CDN. This is what we want. Unminified, let's just do this. Do we want all this stuff? I don't know if we need it. Do not know if we need it, but I will take the fastest way. You can simply add this to your head. Okay. I feel like the home page for HTMX has an easier one, right? Okay, yeah, here it is. That's what we're looking for. We're just going to do that one because we're looking for easy whenever we can. So let's put that in there. Let's see what this looks like now. And I think all this can go away. And we need to go back to our page and refresh. Okay, so it's not, it needs to like escape these things. So let's add the HTML in here. Okay, how do I do this? Can I do this? I'm going to do this in PHP because I think it's going to be easier. HTML entities. And then I put this as a string. The IDE is not quite recognizing what I'm doing yet, but this may work anyway. Okay, script source, etc. Let's see if that worked. It needs to be able to copy it too. Call to undefined function. That's not what it's called. HTML entities. Is it no underscore here? Ah, look at that. Perfect. So you can see it's a little bit, okay, first of all, we do not want it to be, we want it to be rounded on everything. So we can just replace all this with rounded XL. Save. Okay. HTMX essentials. So we've got this issue of like, it's a long line and the copy is sometimes over top. So what do we want to do there? I'm not crazy about the word copy there. It's kind of too big. We could also just swap that with an icon, but that doesn't really solve that problem anyway. So we could shrink the text. So like if you're reading this on your phone, you know, at some point the line's just too long, but this doesn't feel like it should, you know, be too long here. So I may punt on this one too, and just say that it's good enough. But one thing we can do here is we can make this a little bigger. So that if it's big, yeah, it doesn't need to be like part of the screen. This can just be width full. Okay. And let's see what that looks like here. Yeah, that's fine. I think. And let's see. So now we have the copy. Make sure that works. Oops, what happened there? Okay, that did not work. So what did the copy not do? It took me somewhere I did not want to go. And that's maybe because of all this stuff. So let's turn this into a string elsewhere and try this again. We're going to say HTMX, CDN. Okay, and up here we'll just define that within a PHP block so that hopefully it will kind of recognize this a little better. Just makes the code snippets look nicer. So HTMX CDN equals, oh, damn it, it still kind of like recognizes it as a script tag here, which I think is messing up some other formatting on this page. Can I do this like this? Oh, what if I escape these ones? No. It looks better. I think I may have messed up and I was missing a quote in there before, and now maybe it's better. But let's see if that's true. Yeah, I think it's better. So if I click copy, clicking copy is still doing something unexpected. And why is that? Shouldn't copy. Let me do inspect here. Copy. Now looking at the styles. Highlighted codes. Where is the copy? Oh, copy button. Okay. Div class copy button. So what is happening with that copy button? I added this before, but maybe let's see what the code is for the copy button here. Copy. Class list contains. Okay, so when there's a click, it gets all the code, query selector all, pre-code, copy. Let me just like sanity check here. Does it alert when I click it? It said copied, which makes me think, okay, well, first of all, I should just check and see if it actually copied it. Okay, it is copying it. Yeah, it is copying it. So there's just some issue with it's also, or maybe I have like an unclosed tag or something that's taking me down somewhere else. So yeah, it copies it and it alerts, but then it's like bringing me to this place. So there must be something else going on here. It must be within some other tag here. So let's see where my main is. HTMX, CDN, copy. Okay, well, I don't see any tag that it's part of, so I may punt on that one too. Since we're just not, that's the main thing now I want is just to kind of lay this out correctly with the essentials and then remove things that are not part of that essentials. Okay, so maybe this actually goes underneath here. And then I'll add a little note again. Before you get started, be sure to include the HTMX CDN at the top of your page. If you don't know what command HTMX is, you should check out htmx.org first. And let's make this a link. Okay. All right, let's see what that looks like so far. HTMX Essentials. Before you get started, be sure to include the HTMX CDN at the top of your page. Let's okay. We're going to need some spacing in here. I guess I'll do like paragraph tags. Class equals P4. See how that looks. Okay, let's do the same. Save. Okay. And let's make this link. This link is not a fancy link here. Let's make that text blue, 500, and bold. HTMX.org. Okay. And the text. Are we using small text here in the rest of the page? This looks like the same size text, right? Yeah, I think it's the same. Okay, before you get started, and maybe we can bring back our border bottom here. Okay, and this should be quote or a colon. Let's see, and I'll put this back up here. I'll just make that like the number one. Note, if you don't know what HTMX is, you should check out HTMX.org first. And maybe this one is BG Gray 100. No, let's do M4 P2 BG orange and rounded large. What's the purpose of this? This is just like, note, if you don't know what HTMX is, you should check out this first. Let's get rid of the M4. Oh yeah, that was supposed to be an MT4. That's what's going on. And let's make the text small. If it isn't already, yep. BG orange 50, and maybe that orange is not right, blue. Note, if you don't know what HTMX is, you should check out htmx.org first. Italic too. And then PX4. Just to line that up. Okay. Now the question is, where does this note go? Let's see what happens if I put it all the way at the top. Yeah, that might be kind of an all the way at the top kind of thing. So let's make that an MY. Give it a little space around it. Has kind of a lot of space at the top. So let's say, yeah, this, we can give this like top billing here. So we'll just say like MB8. Okay. Check out htmx.org. You know what? this is going to make them leave the site. So anytime you leave this site, you know, it's okay to do this. Target blank. It's going to keep that tab open. So they can check out HTMX.org, but boop, it just opens up a new tab and then their site's still here. Okay. Note, if you don't know what HTMX is. Okay, so do we want to keep this inside our little background situation here? Let's see if we don't do that, what it looks like. Okay, all right, it's time to stop. So this is going to be good for now. I think this is good. So what did we do? We got a little logo. We swapped out our HTMX essentials. We added that. We sort of started work on that, but we've done a lot. We did a lot of writing, which is good, and kind of organizing and thinking about how this is going to work. So that's it for today. We'll be back.